All right, hi, this is Attican, and welcome to part 3 of Railway Empire 2 Scenario 14. Now, part 1, we got off to a really good start with our little 3-city cluster here that's been growing nicely. And then in part 2, we expanded out. We did some expansion here and got some more passenger and mail revenue going. And we finished off our task. We got 3 new industries here. We've got a liquor in Næstved, we got planks in Copenhagen, we got clothing in Halmstad. Looks like Halmstad has just hit 60,000, yep. And we've got our cluster going. And we discussed at some length how we really need more production facilities, obviously, to get more manufactured goods flowing into this to keep this growing. But I think our focus, let's just take a check. We're up to 1.5 million. That's okay. Getting a little bit of traffic delay. And I thank you guys for the comments. Keep the comments coming. Now, I want to tell you that for my gameplay, there's a trade-off. And if you don't believe this, I'd like you to try this for yourself. What I'd like you to do is do an experiment. Fire up the game, start this scenario, and start a recording device, and then start explaining to us what you're doing while you're playing, and see how well you play. It is surprisingly difficult to talk like this all the time and play a decent game. It'll surprise you how hard it is. And so that's one side of the coin is it can be tough to play. But the other side of the coin is I get to read your comments, and you guys are all good players. And sometimes the comments are great, and they're always great because they always help all of us become better players. But a lot of times you help me actually get better at this particular one. So, for example, it was mentioned that my line here, I think I've got a problem with. No, that looks perfect. What's wrong with that? That looks perfect. I think, I think I need to check. Let's just see the frequency of grain delivery. Now we got tons of grain now. Okay, making this change fixed that. So the grain looks good here. Oh, I know what it was. It was grain. The grain going this way. I disconnected. Yeah. Kind of forgot what I was doing there. I've disconnected the grain, like going to Næstved. See this line right here, which I don't understand why it won't show me. Næstved, here we go. Yeah, it's messed up. It won't even show me the route. That's something. Okay, so we want it to. I've disconnected it from its path over here, right? So we've got to figure out some way to fix that, and it really is probably going to have to come over here and reconnect. So what we're going to have to do is sort of make a little. Now, fortunately, it's just the one. I don't know what's the matter with my game here. I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time getting anything to work. All right, run. I want to build track. Oh, there must be some track hanging around somewhere. All right, so let's just make a little jog over this way and a little jog back like that. And then let's check that line right here. There we go. That fixed that. So thank you guys for your comments about that. I want this nice straight clean line into Copenhagen for the grain because it's a beer producer. It gobbles down grain. But we've obviously got that, and now with this fix, we should be good on this side. Now, does it cross a yeah, and it does pick up supplies, so cool. All right. There was that. Now, Matt Vole, I remember I asked the question about, I was looking at the, let me see if I can replicate it in some form or fashion. I was looking at, I'll pull up this. Okay, I'm going to go like that, and then I'm going to go down here and look at that train. Yeah, this is it. I was. This is kind of what it was. I had a line pulled up here, and I was talking about the profitability of this particular train. We were talking about the thing that Viper mentioned about how you can click on balance and see what that individual train is doing. And I was saying, how in the world could that be this number and that be this number? Well, you can see I'm actually looking at a freight train over here, and I'm looking at this passenger train over here. So I was just thinking, well, if this is up, how in the world can I be looking at this without this being matching? But it wasn't. It was. We were looking at two different trains. So thank you, Matt Vole, for clearing that up. And as to the research, Matt Vole also cleared that one up. I asked the question, how is it that we could get over here and get this? I think it was this one or this one, whatever it was. This one here, I think. Since we haven't done this yet, how did we get over there? And it's because we started with this. We started with the Santa Fe, which actually kind of cheats and gets us, kind of leapfrogs the Bavarian and goes over here, right? So that's why we've got that. And so thanks for clearing that up. I don't know how I missed that, but I did. So because we got this already done, and we got these bridges here in our kind of our default draw, we've got we could get these back here. All right, so that clears that up. And what was the other one? Okay, Cincinnati mentioned you've got to get the research for these at the right time. And yeah, of course, yes, that's absolutely true. And we're not ready for them yet because we don't have any cities big enough to take this yet. Now, Copenhagen should grow the fastest, although Nesvid's hanging right with it right now. But when one of those hits, getting close to that point, then we'll think about, okay, where are we putting our refinery? Where are we going to put our car factory? So let's see. Why don't we let's start playing? And if I think of any more nice comments, but just keep them coming. It helps everybody get better, and maybe most especially me. Now, the other thing is we've got this going on with all this coming in here. We will eventually get a more direct line coming out of here to speed up some of this traffic. In fact, we might just run a line like this across and connect it here. Give you a shorter way if you're going to Copenhagen. And oh yeah, right at the end of the last one, I was going to put in bypasses, and we want to get that done. Right now, we don't have that much traffic, right? We have surprisingly light traffic, but we want to be prepared for that. So let's see if we can't get a bypass to run right through here and right down here like that. Now that's beautiful. So we've got a bypass for our freight line. So our freight, if you're coming from up over here, you need to get down here like to Nesvid. You can just skip that station. And we'll double track that right through the city, like so. And we should immediately see traffic on that. Yeah, and it should be, I don't know why it's not letting me, it's weird. I'm clicking on these and I'm not getting the train lines to pop up. But anyway, you can see we got traffic on it automatically. And for one thing, that's the shortest route. And the other one is that the game does kind of skip stations now when it doesn't need to go to them. It does a better job of that than it used to. All right, so we got that going. What's the thing we want to do? We fixed our corn, didn't we? We've got these lines. Oh, yes, the confectionaries. We didn't do anything with those. And the tools, we've already got a plan for the tools. We're doing okay on this growth right here. We need to own more industries for sure. And we need another 3-city cluster. Everything else looks pretty good. Okay. So let's get, I think we decided Karlskrona, Jonkoping, and Gothenburg. So how do we do? Let's start with the passengers, so we can kind of do almost like the expand and contract model. I love that name. It makes no sense, but I love that name. Okay. All right, so let's go with how we're going to do this. I think maybe like that. And we'll make this one Gothenberg passenger, and we'll run a track to the passenger station in Halmstad. Get it off the mountain, good straight shot. We'll double track it. And we will set signals, give it a tower. Let's see, this one probably is repairs. Yes, so up here we can have a restaurant and a post office. And we can set up our express train running to here. And it's 9 days. We're going to run a couple of trains on it. And then we're going to go on out here to Jonkoping. And salt. I need to get salt. That's the other thing we were doing right at the end of the last one. Salt to our original cluster. Okay, so we've got a track here, track. Eight days. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. And let's see, how are we on money? We're at 22.3, so 2.2 million bond. 2.2, we would need to close this one in order to get more money. We are making 1.5, so let's just collect cash. We'll just collect cash. And I did do, yeah, I did. I just wanted to make sure I'd put in, and the good question is for Jonkoping, can they go, look at this, they can go to Schwerin and Hamburg, and oh, look at all the traffic we picked up in Copenhagen. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. So this line will be busy, this line will be busy, these will be busier, these will be busier, and there's one more little thing we're going to look at down here and make these lines busier in a minute when we have some money. But I want to finish this thought off first. Now, interesting question is, how do we want to do our passenger line Karlskrona? I mean, we're going to want track running this way because this is our 3-city cluster. So I think we'll run a line to here, a passenger line, but I don't think it's going to matter so much as perhaps maybe one that goes here. I think if Karlskrona goes to Halmstad, that will also take care of Karlskrona to Copenhagen. It should, because that straight line, that looks like that's okay. It's not more than twice as long. I think that'll work. One way we can easily find out, of course, is just build the track. So why don't we just go, and I'll tell you what, why don't we just give it another connection? How busy are you? Yeah, let's, oh wait, that's a freight line, isn't it? Shoot. I really want to come out of this one. I want it to come to this line right here. I think we'll just loop out the back. And in that case, we don't need another because we're going to have traffic, but not that much. So let's go. Let's just come out like this and then go over here with a passenger line. I think I know how to play. Okay, so Karlskrona, we're going to do the same deal with the three. Now this could be mildly. This has potential to be a little clumsy. Got to think about this. We're going to have three. I want to have, again, the freight running on the outside. I love that setup. It makes everything so easy to plug into and all that. We're going to have 3 lines of track coming into Karlskrona. So why don't we try to have our passenger station here. We'll put a freight station up here above it like that, and then one down here below it, perhaps. And we'll just have to deal with this track and figure out how to maneuver it in a little bit. All right, so we've got a line like that. Okay. And it doesn't want to connect to that. Oh, I see. This is from the outside. That's our outside line already. Okay. Outside line, it would need to come down and connect to, to platform 2 like that. And now we can run a line like this to the inside. There we go. Oh, now one thing we can do with this, we can just take this track and connect, and that'll give us Karlskrona to Gothenberg if we want that. But we may not need it for passengers because they can go through Halmstad. Yeah, they can. So that, yeah. So we won't even need that connection for that line. All right, so that gives us this one. Give it a tower. And again, this one can be restaurant. And post office. And we can go here to here with an express line and run at least 2 trains. Yeah, we'll run 3. All right, I'm starting to get greedy, which suits me. I like being greedy. All right, so we set up 1, 2, 3 more lines. They're going to be great because they're going to load up even these lines more, right? Every time you expand and put more passenger traffic anywhere that's connected to other stations, you have the daisy chain effect and improve all the lines going out through there. Okay, so now we've got that going. So there's expand, and now let's contract. We'll contract by expanding. First, let's do what we started to do before. Let's make a connection from here to here. It's going to be a little clumsy, but we'll get over it. Okay, you come here like this, and I'll put repairs in after and see if we can make this work. I want you to come in like this. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. Double track, but do double track. And in fact, okay, our second line will come like that, and our third line will be like this. And we'll go in, out. And from track 1, we'll go to Copenhagen. And you will use that. And then track 2, we'll go to Næstved. And you'll hit that shunt line. Which makes me wonder, what train did we run on this last one? A Pacific. We do not want a Pacific. And then track 3, which probably won't even be ready to run yet. Ooh, look at this. We're missing that. Okay. Track 3, run full out of here with the Santa Fe. And yeah, no, it won't run yet, but as soon as Halmstad grows big enough, it will start running. Okay, so we got our salt set up for our first cluster. And we've got some passenger lines set up that should make some good money. Now we want to think about, how do we do I don't know if I really finished off the thought. In my head I did. I don't know if I actually said it. I don't think we can push the meat, beer, cloth out of here too much, right? We can do it a little bit, obviously, because the meat and beer in particular seem to always come out a little extra. But to try to push all 3 out into a whole new cluster and then knock these guys down and replace them with something else, I think it's going to actually just slow us down in terms of getting these 3 growing. Right? That's my thought right now. So let me know what y'all think about that. But I think that's the case. Now the other thing we could think about doing here, since this is getting a little clumsy, we could easily have a line Karlskrona to Gothenburg that actually uses this track. We don't have to double track. We don't have to have completely separate passenger mail track. Very nice. It's a nice thing to have. And I think in a heavy like this, you absolutely want it. But we could get away with running our freight on here too. It would cost us some money on our passengers because the passengers' tickets are higher if you get there faster. But I think we could live with that. Now let's just see where Karlskrona can go. If we look at Karlskrona passengers and mail, look at all those places it can go. Can it go to Gothenburg? That's the question, I think. Yeah, it can. It can go Gothenburg via Halmstad. And go all the way to Hamburg and Schwerin and Kolding. Now it won't go like to Kosland because of, obviously that's that direct line is going to be faster. Which reminds me, the other thing I wanted to look at, if we go Kosland, where can it go? You'll notice it can only go to Schwerin and Hamburg, right? Because this line, if it were to go to Hamburg and then up to Næstved, is way too long. And Stettin, what can Stettin go to? They can go to Kosland, Schwerin, Hamburg, Gothenburg. Oh, they can go to Gothenburg, so they must be able to go. How is that? All right. I'm going to close that, blink my eyes a couple of times, make sure I got a clean screen, and look at this again. Okay, Stettin. Passengers and mail. Okay, Karlskrona, Schwerin, Hamburg via Schwerin, Gothenberg via Schwerin, but they can't go to Copenhagen. Okay, so why would that be? Whoops. If I'm here and I'm going in a straight line to Gothenburg, apparently this trip to Gothenburg is not double, but this line to Copenhagen is double. So here's what we're going to do. It'll make this one better. It'll make this one better. It'll just add a lot of traffic. This line will start making a lot more money. We're going to set up a little line that goes from Stettin like this and uses our bridge over here. And that's a freight line basically, but we can share it. Let's make sure I got that right. Yeah, okay. So we'll double track some stuff here from Stettin to on over. And if we get later on, we have, money falling out of our pockets, we'll double this up and make a passenger line out of it as well, but we don't care right now. Now we would like to have it go into the passenger station at Næstved, which isn't being taxed too hard. All right, so let's just see if we can't fix that. We're going to be coming in here on the freight line. So what we need to do to be able to jog over here, which shouldn't be that bad. I mean, you could jog back here, I think, pretty easily. Well, maybe not. I want you to go over here like this. And that's actually all we need. Okay, so now what we're going to do is double check for maintenance. Oh, this is perfect. Restaurant, post office, I think it's talking to a repairs here. Yes, beautiful. All right. We're going to run a line from Stettin. Oh, wait. And before I do that, I want to show you, like, Karlskrona. Okay. See the places it can go and the number of people it wants to take to Stettin, 14. Okay. Now let's go with a line from Stettin to Næstved, passengers, so we can get our bonuses. Express. 1, 2. We'll run, I think we're going to throw 3 trains on that. We'll get one started. Ooh, I want to buy that. Give us some money, I want to buy that. There. Okay, and 2, 3. All right, we're going to run trains on that. Notice how they're nice and full going up through here. All right, now let's go back here and look at Karlskrona. Now look at this. Look at all the additional traffic. That's passengers and mail that are going to be coming out of this station going this way. So this line right here is just going to have way more traffic. So by adding this line, not only do you get all the profit from this line, but you make this line way better. And now, and by the way, we've now added more cities that these guys can go back to, which increases those. You get the idea. It's just. You just really want as many lines, and you want to look for that. This is very, very much, this line right here is very much like that fundamentals video I put out about optimizing your passenger revenue. You got to find that one line that kind of ties it all together. And this is not a huge one. It just makes this one better. But still, this line makes this so much better. All right, sorry, I had a little interruption. Where was I? I think I was beating a dead horse, so I think you guys got the idea. All right, so our income should go up a lot. It's up 300,000 right now, and that'll increase. All right. A 3-city cluster. We need some money. How are we on bonds? Yeah, we'll just keep accumulating money. we want to start loading up. I would love to buy these things. That was a little pricey. I'm going to get that access right there and buy this. Am I going to worry about it? No. No, not yet. Okay, I do want to buy these over here, though. Now let's, well, shoot. How do we want to do this? Let's put a station here in Karlskrona. And let's do I'm tempted here to do a different design in the sense that we would have warehouses on some of these with the goods coming in. Now here, this is interesting. If you do, like, for example, over here we've set up our run full trains that are dedicated for each city, right? So there's a train that specifically takes lumber, or a train line that takes lumber to Copenhagen. And then we have X number of trains running on that and try to keep it balanced, right? And that's a beautiful way to do it because it's easy to troubleshoot and see how much you need and blah, 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 right? Now, another way to do this, and by the way, and then the other side of that is you don't need a ton of trains on your the city to city, like this guy here. See, one train can keep moving goods between manufactured goods between Halmstad and Copenhagen pretty easily, right? So you've got maybe a little more trains here, but less trains here. Now, another model, another design we've used a lot is to have like the city-to-city lines, maybe a pass-through warehouse. When you have a pass-through warehouse, you're probably running 6 or 8 trains carrying the goods and all the stuff here because they have to literally deliver all the raw materials to every city, right? So you might save trains coming into the warehouse, like the corn might be able to be fed by one train, but we would need 6 or 8 trains to carry everything in our 3-city cluster. So I think we're going to stick with this design. I always like to show you, different ways to do it, but at this point we've played this game enough and got enough videos. I mean, I don't know what else I can show you. There's enough out there. So let's just stick with the model we've got going. So I think what we'll do is try to get this city-to-city thing going. And if we're going to have one here, we'd like to have one, I think, over here would be the easiest way to pick it up. Okay, and then one over here. Okay, and we will want dedicated track for this because these are going to grow. We're anticipating a lot of volume from our passenger lines and our freight lines. So we'll double track this. Set our switches, set our signals, and we already have a depot, and then we're going to want one. And I said we could use this track, and I'm going to change my mind because I really, this is big deal stuff here. This is going to be our other big boy 3-city cluster. Let's see if it'll let us slide under here. That would be great if it would. It will, so far. Let's just hook in like Oh no, let's just keep that theme. The city limits are going to bother us. Let's just go outside them. Curve of the section. What's the deal here? Come out like this. Connect like this. Up like that. And in like so. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, and we want one. I mean, we could run the same track, but I really want one this way. Plus, it'll be easier to connect some of this stuff in. So let's go more track. Whoops, more track building from here. In fact, let's even give it another connection like this. No, sorry. Let's go like this. You can see how quickly our money's coming back now. It's nice. All right. And up here, here. Something must be wrong with this line. It doesn't like that angle coming out of there. All right. Let's go. Let's see if we can clean this up. In fact, let's make this and we're probably going to want to back this off a little further. And have this plug in like that, and this plug in like that. This is the right-hand side. Let's go, or the left-hand side, depending upon your perspective. Let's go like this into here, and then into here. Put a tower at either end because these are going to come in probably in the middle and then go either way. All right, so that gives us freight hookups. We can get these two. This one we can't. Can we get it? We may just do the one side with this one instead of having the two freight lines. You know, freight on either side, because it's. If we had one good, it's a clumsy spot with that mountain there. Doggone. We're going to have veggies coming down from the north, and sugar coming down, and milk coming down. And we could use this station for both of them. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's plan on a passenger line that goes to Vimmersby. Okay, what just happened there? Oh my. Okay, we're at 90,000 in Copenhagen. We definitely want to get the right industry in there. And I think the right industry is steel. Although, you know, we want to do steel because our plan is to do steel and then tools, right? So let's go with a steel mill in Copenhagen. 74, 89. We're almost at 90. Oh, and we need a city buildings, university.
Education is important,
Here.
I always say.
That
But you
ends the
shouldn't
task.
overdo it either. Imagine if my
And we need
gorilla,
one here, it
the
looks
old
like.
big brain Gambino, would have more than 2 brain cells to rub
There we
together.
go. Oh, look
In
at
poker,
this.
I would
All
call
right,
that
so
a
we got
full
our
house. In
factory
Copenhagen, however,
tools.
there are a lot more of those. The first stage is over, partner.
We definitely want tools here. Okay, so we've got our tool factory in Næstved. We've got a steel mill in Copenhagen that cannot produce a thing right now. So now we have to prioritize our work. I think we're going to come back to this in a minute. Let's finish off this. This is quick. We can do this one quickly. What's the stations here? I think, yeah, we need maintenance in Jonkoping here. And we need a post office. And then we need a restaurant and post office here. And then we need an express line. 0 days, pretty quick route. Vimmerby to Jonkoping. We'll stick with one train for now. Okay. And let's just see, just curiosity, where can it go? Oh, look at this. It can go all the way to Hamburg, Stettin, Schwerin, Kolding, Næstved, Copenhagen, Gothenburg. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So that line will do just fine. And next episode, we're going to set up our steel and bump up these new industries. We're close to a new industry here in Halmstad. We'll get that tools task taken care of. And once again, I haven't done the confectionaries. I might have to be a little angry at myself if I don't straighten up here and get that done. But I do like what we've done here so far. And I think we're in okay shape. We're not doing great, but we're doing okay. We're doing all right. And I'm liking the income. Where are we now on income? 2.7 million. That's much better. Look at our traffic. It's beautiful. 30 million. We probably 3 million. Yeah, we could close these two and open a bigger bond, or just close this one and open a bigger one. So it would be easy for us to get some more money. And we'll need some more money to do all this industry stuff we want to do here and to get this one really going. So anyway, more progress. Yeah, I love this scenario. Absolutely love it. I hope you're enjoying this. I hope, I do hope you enjoyed this. Keep the comments coming. I hope you saw something here that's going to help you become a better player. I hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe, and join us for our next Railway Empire 2 video. Thank you.